dum, diddle dum dum, diddle dum dum, diddle dum dum. There was a turtle by the name of Bert, and the turtle was very alert. When danger threatened him, he never got hurt. He knew just what to do. He ducked and covered, ducked and covered.
He did what we all must learn to do. You
and you
and you
and you, duck and cover.
Be sure and remember what Bert the Turtle just did, friends, because every one of us must remember to do the same thing. Hey, Bert, come on out and meet all these nice people, please. Oh, all right. We really can't blame you. You see, Bert is a very, very careful fellow. When there's danger, this is the way he keeps from being hurt. Sometimes it even saves his life.
Here's my card.
Don't drop that, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here with the famous Erika. Who am I?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, let me see what it says here. Ernie Fosselius.
Okay, I'm Erika and I'm here with Ernie Fosselius.
Yeah.
So, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
No.
No?
No. Yeah, sure. What specifically would you like to know? I'm a very complex person.
Whatever you want to tell your audience.
Well, I'm here today trying to make a buck. I made a film called Hardware Wars about 30 years ago, and I had a life after that. And then Mr. Lobo here dragged me into a WonderCon one year and said, you know, you could sell DVDs of that movie. And I said, nobody's going to remember it. And turns out it was a cult hit this whole time, and I didn't even know it. So that's why I'm here. And I have new things I made. The Plan 9.1 from Outer Space, which is a puppet version of Plan 9. That's a recent thing. But essentially, I'm a movie has-been.
So
Like all the other, I mean, you can walk around here and find a lot of people say, remember me? 50 years ago, I was in the movie. I was the third cowboy from the left.
so what inspired you to do what you do with these movies?
Originally, I think it was like Mad Magazine, which I read too much of when I was a kid and it rotted my mind. And I really liked the idea of satire, of making fun of things that needed to be made fun of. And I got into a lot of trouble in school for that. But I realized that I still felt the urge to do that when I got out of school. So when something like Star Wars came along, it seemed to be really pretentious and overblown and too big, and everybody loved it, and and I said, oh, well, I'll make my own version with a bunch of household appliances, and it'll be funny. And it was. I mean, that's sort of, when I was thinking about doing it, people said, oh, no, man, you're going to alienate every Star Wars fan, and they're going to hate you. They're just going to, you're going to lose all your friends and all. I don't think so. And what happened was the Star Wars fans understood all the jokes better than everybody else, so they were the biggest fans.
Are you working on anything currently?
Plan 9.1 from Outer Space. Are you familiar with Edward D. Wood Jr.'s Plan 9 from Outer Space? It's so bad that it's really funny. And so it can't be the worst film ever made, because if you go to a movie to be entertained, this is a very entertaining film, the Ed Wood version, because it's so horrible, just terrible, and it's funny for that reason. So I couldn't really make fun of it, so I carved all these wooden puppets and just did kind of a fan film. I took the original soundtrack and had the puppets kind of mime to the original soundtrack. So it's still the same kind of thing. This one was done like right after Hardware Wars. Porklips Now, which is a parody of Apocalypse Now. And it's the same idea where it's sort of taking something that's really big and overblown and doing it with household appliances and stuff you might find around the neighborhood, And that's kind of the theme of all this stuff. I'm not sure why I do it. I haven't thought about it too much, but I'm sure a psychoanalyst would have a field day.
So anything you want to say to the young artists out there?
Yeah. Don't be deterred by my career. Don't let anybody stop you. I mean, Hardware Wars was considered a cheap movie because it cost $700. It was like incredibly cheap. We did it on 16 millimeter with full magnetic sound and a mix and all the lab work and stuff. $700. You can make a movie today with your iPhone. You don't need all that equipment. You guys are doing something right now. You have access to this equipment. The sound's already married to the picture. You could go out and make a movie right now in the parking lot that's as good as just about anything else. I wish YouTube didn't exist, because the fact is it's so easy to throw something together and throw it on YouTube, that there's 2 or 3 million films in there, and then amongst those there's a really good gem or 2 or maybe 10, but you can't go through everything to find it, you know. I've tried, and I've had to wade through all the things about kittens falling off the table and people getting hit in the crotch. Come on, where's the real filmmaking, you know? And to me, if it's an art, that means it's self-expression. So you're saying something. If you're not saying something, you shouldn't own a camera, you know. And you guys are doing documentary kind of work, which is really valuable and important. If you want to do a fiction film or feature film or whatever, it just has to come from your heart. You know, you can't say, I'm going to make some money with this, or do it for some other reason, or to be famous or whatever. You have to do it because you really need to do it. You really want to express that, you know. So, I mean, I think that's all I can say. I know a lot of people will say, yeah, I feel that. And how do I do it? Well, now there's just so many ways to do it. You can rent a camera, and you have, you know, for a couple of $100 you can make an entire feature film. Especially if you have a lot of friends who will, you know, show up for it and be extras in it and do all the special effects. A lot of talented people out there, you know. So, good luck.
Thank you. So, thank you for letting me interview you.
Absolutely, thank you.
And we're off.